Hello everyone and welcome to the International Paris Street Photography Competition commentary video for April 2012. This is the first time we've done it, it's the first round, and I'd like to thank everybody who took part in the competition. We had some fantastic pictures and I'm going to show you the results and give a little commentary on them. As you can see, you can win a fantastic Nikon Coolpix. It's a marvelous little camera, 10 times better than the camera on my iPhone, where I take a lot of my pictures, so a fantastic prize. The other first prize is a photo tour with me, so you might not think that's as good a prize, but it's 4 hours of me and you together, well, you along with up to 3 of your friends in the streets of Paris taking photographs. And we've got plenty of other fantastic prizes as well from our sponsors. You can see here some of our sponsors who kindly agreed to supply prizes. For example, you've got an amazing prize coming up this month from Elegance, of course, where you can be taken in a limousine, chauffeured limousine, to the restaurant of your choice, have your meal, and then be picked up and taken home at the end of it. Fantastic. You can have a tour around the Louvre with that Lou. Not a tour, sorry. It's a special treasure hunt, which is really great fun. What else? You can have a fashion shoot in Paris with a lovely lady from Prête-moi Paris, called Melissa. So, and there's plenty more prizes as well, so it's fantastic. Let's have a look at some of the winners. Well, let's have a look at all the winners. So the first prize, there's a category for best photographer or best set of 3, which equates to the same thing. So the first prize for the set of 3 was someone who calls themselves Jordan, and I'm going to look at these 3 pictures. A very coherent set. They're all in black and white, and I think all of the shots that won were in black and white, so it looks like I'm going to have to stop taking colour photographs if I'm going to be taken seriously as a Paris street photographer. Doesn't seem that colour is in, at least in the eyes of the judges. So 3 very nice shots. They're all the same format. They're a vertical format. 2 of them have the Eiffel Tower, but we're not talking tourist snaps here. Let's have a look at those. This one almost speaks for itself. Let's see if I can make that bigger. Yeah, this one speaks for itself in that Jordan, he, she, it, has captured a wonderful moment with these birds. The blur on the wings is superb, but it's not so much that you can't see the wings. It looks like one's chasing the other. This one is just beautifully situated in the top left hand corner, and even the wing fades out as it goes towards the edge of the photo, so there's no nasty sharp cutting off of the wing there. So it's a marvellous shot. Okay, it's the Eiffel Tower. You might say it's a little touristy, but it doesn't matter because of these wonderful birds. There's no one posing with a cheesy grin here, and besides, pigeons don't have teeth. Okay, let's look at the next one. If I can. Right, let's have a look at the other Eiffel Tower one. There we are. It's going to be up in this corner here, sorry about that, but just for ease of my manipulation here. Again, it's the Eiffel Tower, but it's been taken by what looks like an extremely wide-angle lens, and because it's making the legs splay out towards us and the top is very tiny. And what we've got is this great person's back. I must admit, it could be the fisheye lens or the wide-angle lens that's making them look a bit like an ogre, a bit of a looming character with a little head. It's fantastic, and actually almost echoes the Eiffel Tower, if you see what I mean. Coming in from the side here, the Eiffel Tower's coming in from this side. Big hulky body, and the little head at the top there, and the little tower with the little head at the top. So I really like this one a lot. The last one from Jordan is this, which a lot of people liked, and it's someone doing a portrait of someone else, I think. I'm just trying to work out whether this person is doing a portrait of this guy or this guy is doing a portrait of this person. A bit difficult to say, but we've caught him looking straight at us, and it's a nice effective shot. There's a nice shallow depth of field, so the background's a bit fuzzy. This person in the foreground's fuzzy, and a good old character as well. Look at that, looking over the top of his glasses, a big bushy moustache, the beret. So and again black and white, making it look very effective. So excellent first prize there, and you win a 4-hour photo tour with me I hope we're going to have a good time. Second prize from someone called Methes, something like that. So these 3 shots again in black and white, as I said. All 3 of them are quite graphic, but especially this one on the left, which plays with shapes. It's very effective in black and white, and I think if it hadn't been in black and white, it would have still been black and white because it's markings on a road. I'd just comment one thing is that when I have human beings or representations of human beings, I'm not too wild about them being chopped, and this poor cyclist here has got his head chopped off, but that was probably necessary to get the rest of this pattern in, and almost as an abstract pattern it's very pleasant indeed. Let's look at the next one. This is a beauty, isn't it? It's an absolute perfect Paris street photograph, sort of bordering street photography, travel photography. You've got the Seine, you've got the bridge, you've got the boats, you've got this diagonal here cuts the picture very nicely into 2/3 up here with the river and 1/3 down here, and in the middle of this blank area is a silhouette of a person in a beautiful position. So really can't really fault that picture. Not that I would want to. Here's the final one. Completely different atmosphere. We've got someone, looks like they're trying on gloves in a shop. You can see the shop assistant perhaps, or a friend looking over thinking, do I like these or not? I'm not sure. Someone here itching their hands, wondering whether it's right for them, maybe wishing they were trying them on, or maybe it's the salesperson getting a bit irritated with the length of time this person's taking to try. I don't know, but that's the wonder of photography, isn't it? You can imagine any stories you like. So an elegant lady with a nice scarf here, trying on these rather splendid and skin-hugging gloves by the looks of it. I'm assuming they're gloves. It almost looks like her hands, but you can see the colour of her arms and her face there, so it looks like they are gloves. So another very nice shot there. So that was second prize. Well done. You get a fun fashion shoot with Melissa, and I think that will be very fun indeed. Okay, the last one in this category, colour at last. We've got a diverse selection here, and I tell you straight away, the one in the photograph in the middle was extremely popular with the voters. Let's just have a look at these. This one looks like someone in the middle of a breakdance. And there's so much in the middle of it, and there's so much in action that you can see the legs, but they're blurry. But the top of the body has become a complete and utter blur, so much so that it's just almost a hint of movement, which gives a very intriguing photograph indeed. And these lines behind give some very strong diagonals to that shot. Here's another one, which has a repeating pattern. We often talk about repeating patterns in photography. Well, you can say you've got one here for sure. There's about 25 repeating patterns. All these guys with their hats all in a row. It's a very nice shot, with the top part giving an atmosphere of Paris. I would have been inclined, if this had been my shot, I would have maybe focused in more on the fact that it's a long line here, made the photograph very long and thin, not tall, long, and possibly just had the hats with maybe this one sticking up, maybe cut it about there, just for fun, just to give it something which it wouldn't have had otherwise, because that's obviously the shape of the frame of the original shot. And finally, this one. This shot here I'm going to double as talking about this as the next one. Let me show you why. Because it actually won the best photo shot. There it is. So it's a beautiful shot. Won first prize. Won a Nikon Coolpix. Congratulations to Freelance Storyboard. Now, what's amazing about this shot? Well, I'd say there's 2 or 3 things. First thing is, what's obvious in general terms, is the beautiful sky with the silhouetted chimneys. Now that's just marvellous anyway, and it's not just a row of chimneys, it's a lower level of chimneys here, about 1/3 up, and then about 2/3 of the way along it actually goes up. So you've got a very pleasing picture indeed, a very pleasing composition, and that would have been all well and good. And another photograph that was one of the finalists was Chimneys Against a Beautiful Sky. Beautiful shot. But what we've got here is something very special. We've got these birds here. We've got two birds. I'm not sure if I can get any closer there. No, it's the same size. We've got two birds sitting on these chimneys waiting. This one's sitting on a big air duct. This one's sitting on a beautiful chimney. And what is coming in but a superb bird with its wings in an incredible position. And underneath it looks like it's got something in its talons. It looks like it's got a rat or something. And it really is incredible. So I do recommend you check this out, as big as you can possibly find it. Really brilliant shot. Well done. Well deserving of the first prize of the Nikon Coolpix. Well done indeed. Here's the next one. Now this is from someone called BBIDIUC. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, if you do. And this is another great shot. Very fond of this one. This is one of my favourites. You've got some guy, almost looking like Churchill, very stoic, legs apart, hands behind the back, big overcoat, hat, looking off down here to his left. And behind him is a kind of desolate metro station. Which is obviously being redone, with up in the top left the word Odeon, and this line going across, and this spooky lighting, almost ghosty lighting. So really an incredible picture, fantastically composed, enigmatic, a worthy winner of the second prize, which is a 2-hour photo tour with me. So get in touch with me about that, and I'm looking forward to it. And finally, for a photo calendar, is the shot that we already talked about. Okay, People's Choice. Let's go on to that. We've talked about this one already. The people really love this one, including me, of this hulking guy or gal with the hulking Eiffel Tower in the background. And finally, 4 photographs drew for the People's Choice of Best Photograph. A lovely shot outside Shakespeare and Company, with what makes this shot for me is this little boy reaching up to get some water. These people are nice and everything, but if it hadn't had that, then it would have been a colder, less personalised shot. The little boy reaching up makes the shot for me. That one was popular as ever. This is one that we haven't had. The last 2 are. This is great. Superb movement on this roundabout near the Eiffel Tower, so you know it's Paris, from someone called Linskent. I love the movement on this. It's absolutely brilliant. I don't know if you're using a tripod there to get the Eiffel Tower sharp, or if you were just you just had the shutter speed right, so you could handhold it so that this remained sharp and this was fast enough that it was a blur. But you know, really beautiful shot. In colour, it would be nice to see as well, of course. And finally, from Virginia, a really intriguing little shot. It's a little kid walking off one of the Buren columns in the Palais Royal. And what I love about this shot is that he's so casual about the fact that there's nothing under his right foot. You know, it looks like he's sauntering along on a walk the way you do over the columns. Okay, there's nothing in front of him, but it doesn't matter. He's still looking straight ahead. So I absolutely adore this shot. Nicely framed by a couple of columns in the background, plus these 2 big columns, and almost these windows here is echoed in the black of the columns. So possibly, if I have to say something, and I can't resist saying a couple of things. One is I would have possibly tried to have had him slightly over to the right, so that he's got more space to walk into than behind him. And then you could have had these 2 columns perfectly synchronized on either side of him. But it's a very minor thing, and I'm not really doing critiques here. I'm doing appreciations. So that's it. I'll do one of these each time we have a competition. The next one is May 2012. It's open now, and I'm looking forward to seeing all your entries with more good prizes to go for. Thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye bye.